God damn it, Maverick!
No offense, David Jaffe, but that's bullshit.
What do you mean, where'd the music go? Are you not able to hear the music? Now I'm upset. Hang on a second. Hang on a gosh darn minute. You're telling me that you didn't just hear that song? Please tell me you heard the song. I promised you a GTA 6 trailer. Hey, you never know. You never heard the music. God damn it, motherfucker. All right, tell me if you hear this music. Come on now. You got to be hearing that. Do you hear that?
Ain't nothing better than coming soon, especially when you're drinking that shiny moon. Getting kind of dizzy, sleep until noon, then you wake up and you watch video game trailers.
Goddamn right.
Video game trailers. Don't you
All right, we're starting in like 45 seconds.
The best place to see what you'll be playing is to watch it right here where you'll be staying. Get it? Do you gosh darn? Get it? See, you live in a trailer like me, and these are also called called trailers. Same word. It's the same damn word, but it means different things. How fun is? I'll tell you how fun. It's really fun. Yeehaw! Here's the redneck you love the most. Papa Jaffe. Papa Jaffe. Getting kinda dizzy, sleep until noon. Then you wake up and you watch video game trailers. Video game trailers. Don't you be watching these on Rotten Tomatoes. The best place to see what you'll be playing is to watch it right here where you be staying. Get it? Do you gosh darn? Get it? See, you live in trailer like me, and these are also called trailers. Same word. If ain't nothing better than coming soon, especially when you're drinking that shiny moon. Getting kinda
All right. Enough.
Video game trailers. Video game trailers. Don't you be watching these on Rotten Tomatoes.
All right. Enough. Because listen,
No offense, David Jaffe, but that's bullshit.
you goddamn right. That song was Video Game Trailers by, I think that was Nickelback did that back in the 70s. Good stuff. Fellas, welcome to your Sunday show. You know, as we do, it is the Video Game Trailer show. Hang on, I got to burp. Fuck you, Matt. You know, Magnum, let me ask you something. Hello, Gun and Soak7 over on Twitch. I appreciate you guys being here. Hello, people watching on the YouTube and the Twitch, the Twitter as well. It's good to see everybody. So yeah, this is the show where, you know, we put up the trailers of the week's video games and we talk about them. Shut up, Robbo. Robbo says, shut that lady up. Hello, Jarvie Rocks. Let me tell you something. That is some AI. That's some AI music. And AI, I'm not going to get into it with you people. Let me just tell you guys that AI is getting better and better, and it is the coolest fucking shit in the goddamn world. I love it. I'm excited for it. Soak7 says Hardware Unboxed did an interesting video on Wukong benchmarks. Hey, let me give you some heads up before we jump right into the trailers. I want to tell you two interesting things, at least to me, they're interesting. Number one is about what's coming up this week. We have Black Myth Wukong, of course, that I will be getting and I will be streaming. My current plan, unless the people say the PS5 version plays better, which I cannot fathom, is I will be playing it on GeForce Now. It comes out at 9 o'clock, I think, on Tuesday night. But whenever it's out, we'll play it. The only thing that's going to get in the way of that, of course, is going to be Gamescom. Gamescom opening night from good Sir Jeff Keighley is 11 o'clock in the morning, August 20th. So that is our number one goal on Tuesday. That will be a show that I stream live. It will be members only, not to watch. Everybody can watch it, but if you want to communicate and chat and jump in on the calls and stuff, that'll be members only, as we do on those kinds of shows. I'm excited. That'll be Indiana Jones. We're going to see some more shit there. We're going to see... he says there's a bunch of new games, and he said like a lot of new games. So I don't know if they'll be good or bad, but I'm excited. I'm totally fucking excited for that. Soak7 says a lot of the differences, if you're playing Wukong, Black Myth Wukong on PC, is in the options. And he says a lot of the differences, he says a lot of the differences in opinion make sense after the video. So I'm assuming what it means is the people who gave the reviews of Black Myth that were all over the place in terms of performance, maybe it's how they had their settings. So we'll see. Eddie T says, I'm interested to see, I agree, the next Xbox game's going multi-plat. I wonder if that is going to be something they reveal there at the show. But absolutely. I mean, I would be not in the least bit surprised if come Tuesday after the show or during the Indiana Jones trailer, we see a PlayStation logo along with an Xbox and a Steam logo on there, is what I would guess. I bet that's going to be one of them. He says it's over for Xbox hardware. Yeah, I don't give a, yeah, I mean, you know, I haven't turned on my Xbox, but I have a PC. If I didn't have a PC, I wouldn't agree with you. If I didn't have a PC and wasn't in the market for a PC, I would want Game Pass. And I guess I would check the Amazon Fire Stick. And if that didn't work, I'd probably go out and get an Xbox. Because there's some really good stuff on Game Pass, but you know, your mileage will vary. Stoner Joe, thank you for the first super chat of the day. I appreciate it. It says playing Kuma in ranked is cheating for me. Kuma in ranked. I don't know what he's talking about, you guys. Joe, I appreciate the ducats, but I don't. Kuma? I know there's, is it Kuna Bridge of Spirits? There's that fucking game, but I don't know. I don't know what he's talking about. Stoner Joe, what is Kuma? Oh, in Tekken. In Tekken, I understand. Sorry, buddy. I'm not a Tekken guy. The only, you know, in one of the trailers I think we're going to watch is from the new Mortal Kombat 1 Cyrax, who's one of my favorite characters from MK2. So I will be looking forward to that. But that's the only fighting game I really follow other than Yar Kung Fu and Karate Champ. So admitted Jaffe, Sony won the war. Admit it, Anonymous, if you think there is actually a war going on amongst hardware and consoles. I just want to remind you that school starts tomorrow at 8 a.m. prompt, and you need to get ready for bed soon because you know how the junior high principal gets when you're late. Can a Bridge of Spirit, says Winnipeg, one of my favorite indie games. I really loved it too, and then it got, I got a difficulty spike that I couldn't even fucking deal with. Could not deal with. Yeah, 007 says, the Great War of 2024. Mini plastics died. Eric says, could you answer my question? Please, I know you read it. Yes, Eric. The answer is yes. You clearly have a parasocial relationship with me, and you're probably a malignant narcissist who thinks everything they do, everybody cares about. I have no idea what the fuck you're talking about, Eric. I did not read it, but I'll go back and look for it. Jaffe, what was you, well, maybe it was because your spotty grammar was just threat to my intelligence. Jaffe, what was you talking about? A scientific study explaining why gamers hate woke stuff. Couldn't find it on your last stream. I think your first thing to look for is a book on how to use punctuation. And after that, grammar. And after that, you'll be ready to read a scientific study. But that said, if you're really curious about it, I did put it up in the link on the show, and I will look for it. Let me see if I can find it off the top of my head. If not, I'll get it to you later. Study attractive people play games. Is this the one? Yeah, here it is. Looks in gaming. This might be the latest one. Hang on. But there was a study done, and it was that more attractive people do not play video games as much as less attractive people. July 2024. This looks like the most recent one. It has a Chrome extension at the beginning, so I don't know if this link's going to work for you. But anyway, just go look up what I just Googled, and you'll find it. Okay. Why you hating, Jaffe? I'm not hating, but the guy comes at me and he's like, and I'm like, fuck you. Hello, Black Demon. How is everything? Everything's great, man. How are you? Okay. Let us begin watching some trailers. This one I haven't seen yet. Now, this one is interesting to me because I don't, Cuphead to me, I mean, I played Cuphead. I wasn't great at it. I enjoyed it for what it was, but a lot of times there are these games out there that coast by on art style. And I get it because, like what was that, Harold Halibut? It's nice that we're getting to a point where the press doesn't seem as enamored by that only. So yeah, it's cool that Harold Halibut was made in claymation, but nobody seemed to really give a fuck, right? So this is kind of a Cuphead 40s animation style first-person shooter called Mouse P.I. for hire. We'll start with that. Remind me if you're interested for me to tell you about what this crazy drug experience I had recently has done to my dreams, because I had more weird fucking dreams last night. But I know that's for an I Love the Weird, so let me know if you want to... Let me know if you want to get into that. Otherwise, I'll save it for the next show. Jaffe says, Green, I heard an argument. The reason people are hating on Concord, which I think is also out this week, which is Goofy, isn't that out this week or am I wrong? Concord, I think, is out this week. And if it is, what the fuck is going on? I mean, no one cares. No one's talking about it. But anyway, he says he heard an argument that people hating on Concord is because of woke. However, I never heard anyone actually complain about that part. I did hear about that. I've heard a lot of people on the internet saying, oh, the characters are woke, this, that, and the other. Whether or not it is because they put in pronouns or not, I couldn't tell you. Desert Cruiser says it's DEI the game, right? I like woke things. I like pushing progressive agendas. Not that, I mean the same thing you think it means. But I also understand that this particular game, pronouns aside, just has really bad art direction. Not in terms of the spaceships or the key art or anything like that, but the character designs I think are just absolutely terrible. Just terrible. Yeah, Eddie T says the characters are borderline parody of what the left thinks is cool. I think there's some truth to that. Okay, who is this? DJ Daltondo. Thank you, buddy. He says, Jaffe, how's your Sunday going? It's going good. Hanging out with you guys, looking at video game trailers, buddy. How could it not go good? And then I think tonight the family's coming over, and I think we're going to watch, I'm either going to watch a horror movie with my kid, maybe Abigail, or we're going to watch the final season of Umbrella Academy. So, okay, here we go. This is Mouse PI for Hire. I think it's coming on all the systems. IGN put this up. This just dropped this week. Let's watch it. We'll chat about it briefly on the other side, and then we'll move on to the next trailer. Okay, so first off, I think it looks fucking excellent. That is a gorgeous looking fucking game. Does anybody know when this is coming out? We were talking on Gabbing Games yesterday, and I forget the specific game, but we were talking about how it's so easy for people to fall in love with visuals and then get pissed off because when you finally play the game, it's like, right? And so you always got to be really, really careful with that. And this looks... If you strip the visuals out, nobody would be talking about this. There's a couple of mechanics, like there's swinging in there. I like subway mechanics, levels, but really the only thing about this at the moment that looks unique and special is the art style, but it is so well done. And then you throw in kind of the 40s, 30s jazz music. I kind of, my answer is unless the reviews on this are utter shite. Oh, I know what it was. We were talking about Wukong. It's like people fell in love with the visuals, but the gameplay looks good, but it looks kind of standard. But this is like, even if it's a solid shooter, I want to play in this world, because it looks fucking excellent. It looks like the coolest place to spend some time. So I'm looking forward to it, but, they couldn't afford color, says Wayne B. That's right. But I wonder, Jarvie Rock says, I don't think there's a release date yet. Okay, that makes sense. Maybe they'll announce it at, what's it called? The goddamn Gamescom. I hope it's like 8 to 12 hours and plays well. It can be amazing, but feeling of gameplay is, I'm not sure which game you're talking about, man. I'm sorry. Are you going to look, you goddamn right, Kimulator. Kimulator's new game. You guys know these guys from I Love My Dead Grandma. Or I Love Your Dead Grandma. Come on now. That would be incest otherwise. They got Baby Boomer 2 is out this week, and I will be showing the trailer. I saw that came out. I was really, I was crying last night And my friend came to me and she said, why are you crying? And I said, well, every 20 minutes I check my inbox for a free code from Kimulator Games so I can play Baby Boomer 2. And it's not arrived. And she says, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It'll be there. And I says, I don't know. I think they forgot about your old Papa Jaffe. And, you know, so I'm a little sad. But short of that, though, yes, I'll be putting that trailer up on the show today. Controller Sports says graphics aren't enough to carry a game, but good gameplay can carry a game with mediocre graphics. Oh, yeah. It's all about the gameplay end of the day. But I'm just saying that this has a great, fun-looking tone to it, and I'm vibing with it. I cannot wait. Cannot wait. I hope it's fun. I hope it's as fun as it looks. Good stuff, man. I was this close to pitching Sony back when I was obviously working there. This was probably right after God of War, and I was like, you know, I want to make a Sly Cooper kind of game, but I want it to be more like this, like what you're seeing with Mouse, and more violent, more like the hyenas and Roger Rabbit and stuff. I think it was because this was before Sly Cooper. Me and my ex-wife were taking swing dance classes is what it was. And I was really falling in love with all of that music. And I was just like, oh man, that would be so cool to have. It doesn't matter. Fuck you. It doesn't matter. Thank you, Kimulator. I appreciate it. It is a boomer shooter. Yeah, but some of those are good. It's hit and miss. How do we vote for trailers? I don't have the voting set up on this episode, but if you guys want me to bring the voting back, I'll do it on next week's show. Okay. Black Demon says, Jaffe, I believe Concord looks like a fun game, but other people don't think so. I mean, I played both of the open betas, and I didn't think it was bad at all. There was no way it was bad. It was really cool and well done. But I didn't have any interest in it. You know, I'm like, eh. And then Marvel Rivals comes out with their free to play, which it's free and it was fun. And it was Marvel, and I'm like, yeah, okay, I'm covered. So, Bulbo, are you still buying Wukong after the bad reviews? I think so. I mean, I don't think the reviews have been that bad. I think, 81, 82. It's not bad. I think the biggest issue on that's going to be performance for me. Okay, we watched this on a Gabbin' and Games, but I still, somebody educate me on this. So RetroRealms, this is bizarre, is Halloween and Ash, I think these are two separate games, but I think they are part of the same package. Is that right? It's like a double feature and you buy it and you get both of them. Regardless though, this is the pixel version of Halloween and Ash versus Evil Dead. There's another version of Halloween coming, which they haven't shown. It's not a pixel game, it sounds like. One of these is probably not this one John Carpenter is heavily involved in. This one, though, Way Forward apparently it's not from Way Forward in terms of their developing it, but they are somehow shepherding it in. And they make some of the best 2D games, maybe even in some ways better than Nintendo, believe it or not, on the fucking planet. Okay, let's give it a watch real quick. Here we go. This is, I don't know what it's called. Halloween. I really don't even know what the fuck this game is called, given it's a very confusing launch of their concept. Here we go.
For mature.
Yeah, so I guess you buy both games if you want to get the crossover content, which is like characters or whatever. Spazbo is saying, I believe this is one game where you play both inside arcade cabinets inside an old Pizza Hut. I wish. It doesn't sound like it. No, that's Joe Rogan. He's not in a video game. Come back. I put loop on you, old so-and-so. Come on now. Loop. Get it done. But yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, it's a bizarre thing. The Ash one makes more sense. The Halloween one's a little bizarre, but I don't care. I mean, as I've said before, there are certain things where the brand kind of rules, and this is one of them. I don't give a fuck if it's like, that's weird, Michael Myers is an action game. Okay. I'd rather play Michael Myers and be in this world in this way than play another fucking asymmetrical horror game. If I just can't handle, I can't handle another goddamn asymmetrical horror game. Movie Maniac says he pre-ordered the game. It's one game with areas from more titles inside the game. Okay, so you buy this game called, whatever it's called, what's it called? RetroRealms. And then there are games that live inside RetroRealms, and you can buy Halloween and you can buy Ash as separate things, if that's what they're saying. That's cool. Ninja Squirrel says another Metal Slug ripoff. How many times can players play the same game? A lot, it turns out. And again, I would not suggest to you that this is Metal Slug is not the first thing I think of when I look at this. I see more Contra, although obviously that came before. But yeah, no, my answer to you is quite a bit. It's got the synth music, it's got horror, it's got gore, it's got beloved IP from the world of horror, and it's at least in part made by one of the best 2D developers on the planet, which is Way Forward. I am in, would be my answer to your question. Okay. Okay. Movie Maniac says, yes, the physical edition comes with both and it has more blank cabinets for later. Okay, cool. Spasbo is saying it comes with both. Okay. Okay. And the DLC is the crossover stuff. All right. Cool, man. Well, I'm in regardless. Eddie T says asymmetrical horror is the modern day equivalent of the 4-player co-op shooter. Could be, but I'm tired of it. I am tired of it. Isn't that weird that the game that came out that really kind of planted the flag before everybody else, which was Evolve, is no longer existing, but the subgenre is thriving, but that game could not make it work. Chain Whippin says just picked up Mummy Returns. Way Forward is special. That game is excellent until the end game. And no, I did not finish it because there is a very weird mechanic in that game. It's been a while since I've played it, but I think it's like when you die in that game, your dead body gets taken over and then you become an enemy. And if you die enough, it's almost like impossible to play. At least it was for me because there's so many of me that I have to fight off, something like that. And it's just like unplayable for me. But up until that point, it was classic, delicious Way Forward goodness. All right, what else we got? We already watched Neo Berlin. Let's watch this Meet the Planets trailer. This is only 2 minutes long. This is coming out this month, in the 30th, unless you pre-order it or you have Ubisoft Plus, then it's out the 27th. So I'm looking forward to trying it. I'm not entirely sure that I will buy it, but I definitely will play it for at least a few hours and get some value out of Ubisoft Plus. Here we go. Jaffe, is it true that Indiana Jones The Great Circle is coming to PS5? I don't think anybody, I mean, a lot of people know, but I think if that is going to be a yes answer, I think we're going to find out at Keighley's show this week. But it would not surprise me at all. As for it not being exclusive, I do not care. I mean, more games... Yay. Who gives a shit? I don't give a fuck. The only thing that would make me care about exclusivity is if we start seeing less money coming into the companies that used to make money because of their exclusives, and because less money's coming in on the hardware side or the licensing side because of the hardware, maybe they can't make more games. But I mean, you got to kind of get those hoops jumped through in that particular order to make that scenario work. And so, no, I don't really give a shit. If it's exclusive or not. It doesn't mean anything to me. You decided, Wayne B, to go with Visions of Mana over Star Wars. I played the demo. I liked it. I know a lot of people just shat all over it, but I thought the demo was a lot of fun. Anyway, here we go. This is Star Wars. Hey, Salacious Crumb. synth Star Wars music. That's a first. You just heard it for a second, but... I mean, so I mean, I'm excited because I like Star Wars a great deal. And also the press has been weird with this game. The first handful of previews were absolutely not glowing. They were like, it's pretty fucking generic and dull. And but then I think the press got 2 hours with it. And then the previews that started coming back after that were pretty good. So this is one of those things that, you know, my expectations aren't that high, but just to be able to be in an open world Star Wars game that lets you, at least seemingly with, you know, it's clear that where the magic's happening, but, you know, seemingly come on and off planet, go directly into space battles. The space stuff sounds a lot more engaging than Starfield space stuff. Apparently you can dock on space stations and there's missions there and stores there and shit like that. So I'm excited for this. It did get me thinking though, you know, believe it or not, with the biggest hits I've ever made or the biggest failures, which let's just take Drawn to Death, the biggest failure I've ever worked on. When you launch a game, you really don't know. Like, we did not launch Drawn to Death thinking it was going to be a bomb. Even Sony was like, were telling me, I've told this story before, but they're like, dude, you need to calm down a bit on your political rantings on Twitter because PR is getting word that people are really digging this game, and we don't want that to overshadow the promotion of Drawn to Death, right? So you don't know. And I only bring it up because I look at this and I go, you know, if this comes out and it is just generic and average as people fear, not because of this trailer, but because the earlier previews and certain videos and things like that, I wonder if the team's sitting around and they just know it, right? They're sitting around and they're just kind of like, we know we're fucked and this is just bullshit. We know we're bullshitting the audience with these trailers. We hope we get to survive to make another game, but this is not good. Or I wonder if you ever really know. I never did. Hits or misses, I never knew. Yeah, interesting. Nodog says the game doesn't pop like Jedi Survivor. I haven't played the new one. I loved the first one, Outlaws or whatever it was, or whatever the first one that Stig and those guys did. But this is more interesting to me because I'm just more interested in the open world stuff now. I didn't used to be, but these days I'm much, much happier with open world games. Let me ask you this question, and maybe the answer for a lot of you guys is a hard no without even having to think about it. But I mean, for me, this is a $15 game that whether you love it or hate it, you also get to play, if you time it right, Assassin's Creed Shadows. You get to play Prince of Persia, whatever the throne was, the 2.5D if you haven't played that. You get to play Mirage. You get to play their Horizon ripoff, which is better than Horizon. You know, I didn't like... Rathizzle says Avatar was really good. I thought it looked good. I was bored by it. But, you know, am I the only one that's like, I'm so glad this is coming through on Ubisoft Plus? You can play it 3 days earlier. It'll cost you, I think it's like $15 to $20. Okay, so Blue's going to do it that way. Wayne's going to do it that way. Yeah, it totally seems like the smart way to do it. Obviously, if the game doesn't deliver, then they're going to lose a lot of money off of it. George Bush says white knighting Ubisoft is crazy. I don't think anybody's white knighting it. They just have a different opinion than you do. I could be wrong, George Bush, but then again, you lied about weapons of mass destruction. So why am I even talking to you? Pub Monkey says, at this point, if they are using Ubisoft Blueprint, they might already be aware of gamers being tired of it, but too late to change. Gotcha. If you wait a month, it's a good point. Eddie T says, if you wait a month, you can buy the whole game for $20. That's true. But I don't want to wait a month. Wait a month. Thank you, Game Knobs. I appreciate that. Okay. George Foreman, you'll take care of George Bush. I mean, look, the guy ran the CIA. The guy out of any president that's ever been probably knows more about the truth of America's involvement with UFOs and all that shit than anybody else. But he did. No, actually, who lied? Was it George Bush Jr.? Yeah, George Bush Jr. lied. Well, the first one. It doesn't matter. Everybody's going to get the Ubisoft Plus plan, says Bulbo, but kids will buy it at 70 since their parents aren't aware. Probably true. Ubisoft laid off their San Francisco studio today, Desert Cruiser, today on a Sunday? I know they laid off about 45 people a couple of days ago, but there's new layoffs today? Did I miss that news story? If so, that's terrible. What was the reason? I'll probably get it. Yeah, okay, gotcha. All right, let's move on. Let's look at, I know that this is probably not on a lot of y'all's radar, but let's take a look at the trailer from what's called Baby Kimulator Films' new game. Hang on. Kimulator. Now, these games, you have to understand. Baby Boomer. These games, you have to understand, are weird as fuck. And they're meant to be weird as fuck. So don't come at me and act confused by this. This is not for everybody. But they make some weird shit, and I'm there for it. It's a 2-minute trailer. I think, where's the actual trailer? Official gameplay trailer. There you go, Jaffe, you idiot. Okay, here we go. Let's watch this, and then we'll move on. Okay. Okay.
For 35 years. Baby boomer, come back here.
Okay, so, again, it's not for everybody. Shut up. But I like stuff like that. It's bizarre. It's crazy. And the mechanics of that game, just so you know, when I had those guys on the show, they were telling me there actually was a game called Baby Boomer that is from back in the day, 35 years ago. Never heard of it. And they're like, we got the rights to the sequel. I'm like, you idiots. That's part of the joke. But, but if the game I remember from the arcades was called Crossbow. And then they had another one that was like a real violent one, where you just had to protect things walking across the screen by shooting at it. And that's what this game is like. So I'm looking forward to giving it a play. So, Name says, well, there goes 2 minutes of my life I'll never get back. What happened, Name, that came along? What was the scenario, that came along and sucked the joy out of your life? That's a fascinating topic to me. I just, every real gamer wanted a sequel, says Kimulator, to the 1989 NES game Baby Boomer. You goddamn right. You guys have your finger on the pulse of something. All right, let's move on. But that's out now. Okay. Exoborn, I don't give a fuck. Is this just another fucking extraction bullshit shooter? What is this bullshit? Before I even put it up, I'm not going to watch every fucking trailer. It's got to be something compelling. I'm not high at all right now, nah, dog. I haven't smoked pot for 3 days, but it fucked my brain. It changed my brain. It changed the structure of my dreams. I'll tell you about it later. Let's look at this one. Oh, yeah, Barkour. Now, this is just a reveal trailer, but this is cool. This is, Greamy's Jazz says, literally years taken away from me. Yep. Okay, here we go. DMT is next. I got to tell you guys. Let's focus. I'll talk about my drug stuff later on the show or a different show. Some people don't like it when I talk about it. It's really been fascinating to learn and to see the response. People get very offended when I talk about it. Some people get really offended by it. And I'm like, and people like, somebody even told me, it's like, you should take that video down, Jaffe. It's not a good look for you and all that. It's like, dude, it's drugs, dude. It's you're brainwashed, man. It's no one's trying to tell you to, become Cheech and Chong. It's just a different way of seeing the universe from time to time if you do it responsibly. But boy, they got the brainwashing in there, and anybody who does drugs is a goddamn loser. It's the craziest shit. Okay, here we go. Let us begin. What's up, Benjamin? We'll talk about it. We'll talk about it on the Discord. I got to get back to you. I know. Yeah, drugs are bad, Jaffe, says Carlos. They teach you that in school. That's right. Who gives a shit, Magnum? Talking about drugs is high school shit. Let me explain something, bitch. I didn't do drugs in high school. I was a kid of the 80s, and thus, I believe Nancy Reagan's horse shit. And so I was like, I'm not doing those fucking things. Fuck that. I'm not doing that shit. That's for losers. That's for people who want to throw their life away and have no success. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, you know what? I believed it. And I'm grateful that I had my eyes opened. Much later, responsibly. Let's move on. This is, Wave says drugs are woke. Drugs will wake you up. Barkour, here we go. Okay, well, that's music directly from almost Indiana Jones. Like somebody's going to sue, John Williams is going to sue somebody. But that said, though, he's going to shoot that dog. I don't think so. I wonder if Blazinski's like, you motherfuckers. Because he's got Scrapper out as a graphic novel, which I know he wants to turn into a video game. It's different, but it's still about a dog that you play on adventures with sci-fi. It was pretty fun, but I don't know what the game is. I don't know who the developer is. Dude, this is some John Williams ripoff like I have never heard. And then somebody on the team's like, I want my James Bond feel in there. It's like, dude, just put a note in at the end of the fucking trailer. But that's not going to do it. It's just enough. Just make him feel like we're listening to him. We can't afford to lose him. He's the best rigger we got on the team. All right, listen to this. It's all John Williams, all space, sweeping space opera, and then at the very end. What? What? The fuck just happened? The tone changed. Oh, here's the baby. Coming 2025, Varsav Game Studios, made in Poland. It looks like. I have no idea who these people are, but dogs got grappling hooks, and there's a spaceship in there. I got nothing but love for that. Bark, James Bark. That's right. Drugs are weird, says Pub Monkey. It's like people just always think you should live like them. Yeah, I don't give a fuck if they're drug free or not, but don't fucking judge me, motherfucker. Okay. Is this stealth? Winnipeg says the stealth genre is severely lacking. I miss Splinter Cell, Tenchu, Metal Gear. I think one of the reasons it became lacking is because a lot of games try to kind of give you both now, and I'm not saying they succeed, but if you look at Star Wars, that was the Star Wars Outlaws coming out. They're like, oh, you can play it stealth or you can play it with a gun, blah, blah, blah. I'm pretty sure you probably can't play it. I mean, you probably can, but my understanding is it doesn't really matter all that much. What is this? Another fucking, I can't handle this bullshit unless it's a single, I'm done. I played some of Speed Freaks today. That was pretty fun. I don't anticipate, that's the Warhammer game that's like car combat. And let me tell you something about the goddamn Speed Freaks, by the way. I'll put it on while we're talking, but you know, listen, those guys, and I don't mind, it's not like we were using it, but those guys totally took a bunch of fucking Twisted Metal 2012 influence. There is a mode which is basically nuke mode from Twisted Metal 2012, where you were able to basically, you have to get the missile and then you have to fly the missile and take the missile into the giant statue. The one thing and their statues are moving. We had a level where the statues were moving. They have a weapon that's like a little orc, but you're flying a missile and you're riding the missile and shit. I'm like, come on, man. But I don't care. Like I said, we weren't using it, but I played this today for a couple of matches. It was fun. It's good. It's, you know, it's got the problem that most car combat has, which is it's difficult, at least on the surface. I'm sure there are lots of tactics, but they're not readily apparent. It's difficult on the surface to understand how to really get better. And most people just devolve into sort of, I'll chase you down and then aim at you and just unload all my weapons and shit. And it's kind of like, it very quickly wears out its welcome, because you're like, well, this just feels like fun chaos, but after 4 or 5 battles, I'm ready to move on. So, back to the drugs real quick. I know we're on trailers, but I just wanted to mention that. But, it's not like you're evangelizing drugs, Jaffe. I've had some of those revelations, and it's nice to get those thoughts. Yeah, absolutely. Car combat's also about learning the level layout, says Eddie T. It's a good point, and in this case, they're at least the 2 modes they have. The levels are really big and they're really wide open, and thus there's no real sense of, you know, oh, I'm in the cat and mouse section, and this is this turn I have to master and all this shit. And I get it, because it makes driving in a game like this a lot easier. You're able to, you don't bump into a bunch of walls and shit, so you can drive fast and anybody can play it. But anyway, Calpy, I did. We watched the newest Zelda trailer, I think, on last week's show, and it looks great. The one with all the mechanics and shit, yeah, it looks fantastic. But I'm just over the Warhammer shit, man. It's just too many fucking Warhammer games. I can't handle it anymore. What's this? Defect. Multiplayer squad based. Nope. Fuck you. Not doing it. I'm not doing it. Slitterhead. Ooh, Slitterhead official story trailer. I'm excited. Let's watch. I think it looks really fucking cool, man. You know, I think the team who made it, the Silent Hill guys and the Siren guys and the Gravity Rush guys, I'm excited because of that. I am excited because the mechanics of the game that they have shown off looks very, very, very cool. The body switching with horror. I'm also excited because it's clearly not a mega budget game, and it seems more often than not that means you're going to get more freedom to do what you want, and it looks very imaginative, and it looks like there's a lot of neat ideas. So I am super fucking in for this game, and I'm glad it's coming out this year. Carlos says no gameplay, love it. Well, in that particular trailer, no, that's more of a tone trailer. It's called a story trailer, but I kind of get maybe a bit of a story there. But if they, and you would be right. I mean, I think if there hadn't been any gameplay shown yet, I would be annoyed. I'd be like, fuck this bullshit. But they've shown, and there's been a lot of people who have also played it and talked about it. It looks pretty fucking good. Simuk says, where I live, it's the middle of the night. Just playing Final Fantasy VII and chilling. This game is long as fuck. Oh, yeah. The new one? The remake? Or what do you mean? Jaffe, are you watching new Lord of the Rings? No. The only thing I noticed, I watched the first episode of season 1. I thought the girl in it, the elf girl, was gorgeous, and then I just got bored. I couldn't kind of over it. I did. We watched the Silent Place, Quiet Place, or whatever it's called, based on the movie last week. Hey, George, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Very generous. He says, Nuke in Twisted Metal 2012 was amazing. Cage was also great. It was similar to Storm mechanic used in Battle Royale. Yeah, I want my flowers. I want my props. And I appreciate it, George. George doesn't just bring the flowers and the props. He drops a 20. You goddamn right. Who did the goddamn moving storm mechanic first? We did. Who did hero shooters almost before anybody else? The only person who maybe got there before we did, I don't even think this is true, was John Romero with the grid. Who did that kind of async multiplayer? We did. Fuck these motherfuckers. And you know what? Most of these goddamn journalists today don't even remember games that came out before, 2015. Fuck them. Thank you, George. I appreciate it. He says, I do believe you had a huge influence in that, as well as for the jousting mechanics and vehicle combat. Thank you, pal. I appreciate it. Not just me, but Scott and Kellen and the whole goddamn team. Thank you, pal. Okay. Eric Lennon says, why cheapo games are so attractive to you? Probably because I've gotten used to fucking your mother, and I've had to lower my standards, right? And so in that, I've had to sort of do all these mental gymnastics to convince myself that less is more and less attractive can still be a good thing. Otherwise, I wouldn't get through the night with her, Eric. And I know she pays well and the check's clear, but that said, it's still a lot of work. It's still a lot of work. I have to imagine, I have a good imagination, but trying to imagine like Natalie Portman on your mother's fucking body or on her face, or Natalie Portman's face on your mother's fucking body, it's a lot. It takes a lot of concentration. Jesus, man. Whoever came up with paid highlighted messages was a genius. So simple, and yet we were all at that point when we desperately wanted to be heard and are willing to pay harder in cash. Green's Jazz. Look, here's the problem with it, though. If I would be a better businessman, I would only read super chats or member chats. I see people raking in the ducats, baby. They rake in the ducats because there's this guy, I like both these guys. There's a guy who has a movie show, John Campnia, I think his name is, and his buddy, Robert Burnett. They both talk about movies, geek, sci-fi, all that shit. And they'll only read, it's almost like they're channeling from the spirit world when they read a super chat, because they don't even seem to acknowledge there's a chat there unless it's a super chat. I don't know how to do it. It seems rude, but it's like, yeah, I'm rude, but I'm rich. That's what they're saying, not me. All right. All right, let's move forward. Pub Monkey says, love guys who have not made a game called games cheap. But let me speak to that seriously, though. Let me speak to that seriously, because the director of this game and his whole team at Studio Bokeh, he gave an interview a couple of weeks ago, and he said, look, the reason that we're not with Sony anymore, or Sony first party, this guy, Tayama, and he had been with Sony for a very, very long time, was he says, look, man, they came to us as part of Sony Japan and said, we're looking to spend lots of money on our games. And thus, creativity and chance taking and all that is probably no longer at the premium it once was. And so they're like, we would rather spend less money, have less budget, and be able to be creative. Very similar to what Mikami said about, why he started Tango Gameworks and why he left Tango Gameworks and went off and started another company. So that's what I would say. Okay. Okay. I'm just reading the chat. Why do you think Wukong, or what do you think about Wukong only getting PC reviews? I think it's because the PS5 version probably runs like poop. I mean, what else would it be? I mean, we'll know in less than a week. We'll know in a handful of days. But I can't imagine a world in which the reviews. Here's the only way it could work. If the team knew about a couple of key bugs and they couldn't get the review code out to the PS5 fast enough, and it was going to run like dog shit, but it's totally fixable, and they fixed it. And then there were, I guess I could see that. Although at that point, then they'd say, okay, we'll release it, a couple days soon after the PC embargo code. But I think realistically, we're going to see the PS5 code run like dog shit, given that you're already hearing that the PC version is very hit or miss depending on what you're playing it on and whatnot. So, my good nephew, not my good, it's like I have a bad and a good one, but my nephew, Daniel Crawford, he says, I asked AI to predict your next best-selling game title. It says Bloodline Echoes of Fate. That's already a game, I'm pretty sure, isn't it? Isn't that already a fucking, isn't that already a thing? You know what's fun, though? Go to Grok on Twitch now, because there's no copyright. You can have it draw whatever the fuck you want. I mean, they still have limits, but it's not like all the other ones. You can say, hey, draw Mario with the chainsaw cutting off Bowser. You probably can't say cutting off Bowser's head. But you can say with the chainsaw chasing Bowser, it'll draw it for you. We'll see. Okay. Eternal says, sometimes risky ventures are just that and they don't pay off. Yeah, but it's a balance, man. It's total balance. Okay, let's move on to another trailer. I hope you guys are doing good, Daniel, down in the B-Ham. But yeah, we already watched this recently. I thought the Dragon Age trailer, I mean, it's just super fucking generic. I have nothing to say about it. It might be great, but it doesn't distinguish itself at all. Okay, let's watch the Nightling, because I never fucking heard of this fucking thing. Here we go.
Sir Lionstone, the most valorous knight one could ever meet. Leagues above any guard and soldier in the realm. Unmatched in his appetite for adventure. Always ready to charge ahead. Flaunting his sharp eye and peerless aim, relentlessly striking his targets with a legendary precision and grace. Even so, never too proud for the smallest of quests. For a knight has to be ready at the best of times.
The fuck am I watching?
Most certainly. At the worst. As the one constant in life is change.
Oh my god. What's the game?
All heroes start small.
That's what she said. I like that. Once it got past the fucking let me tell you a story. No, I don't care. It looks kind of fun. I'm into that.
In life.
You know, the shield looks like it'll give you a bunch of new mechanics to play around with. I guess it's open world. I'm not entirely sure. It seems like it. But that's kind of fun. All right. I'm keep an eye on it. It's like a $20-25 game. It's Saber Interactive. They publish some pretty good AA shit. I don't know when it's coming out, but I will absolutely keep an eye. Soak7 says I'll give it a shot. I'll give it a 3D action platform. Yep. It's a mobile game commercial that airs during Pawn Stars on History Channel. It does look like that, Eddie T, but that's just probably more of a story about how good mobile games are looking now. I agree, Bobo. These are games Sony can drop on PS Plus. Again, I'm very curious if it's going to bring in new subscribers or keep people from churning what the main goal is. But speaking of, Plucky Squire is coming out. It's gotten great previews. It looks amazing. Let's watch that. This is the release date trailer. It will be a PS Plus day one title. Plucky Squire is not exclusive to PlayStation. It's just, quote, free on PlayStation. The Nightling, though, I think it's just a Sony trailer they put out, but I don't think anywhere in this they said it was exclusive to PlayStation. So we'll see. Come back. All right, let's see. There's Plucky Squire.
Many great tales are founded upon a humble beginning. That is, if that humble beginning can be found. The peaceful land of Mojo is thrown into turmoil by a magical attack from the wicked sorcerer, Humgrump. This is a job for the hero of the land, Jot, the Plucky Squire. Jot has a knack for defeating wickedness with his trusty blade, and this battle against the horrid Humgrump should prove to be no exception. Foes will be felled as the fair folk of the land cheer Jot on. Except the folk of the land all have one question on their minds. When will this grand new adventure actually, begin? The land was abuzz, the anticipation electric. Jot could not let the people down, and luckily, it seems that he has found an answer to their question. Yes, Jot, that seems to be working. You always have a way with words. Keep it up. And there it is. Our great story has found its beginning.
Looks awesome. Devolver as well. Looks fucking awesome. What's the matter with you people? Go get it. Or subscribe. That is fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. Like a breath of fresh air says, name a game that's a game. I agree. Simuk says, Astrobot easily game of the year material. I don't know. Maybe. Looks like a good... Portal game, says Tatum to play in bed. Yes. I don't agree with you, Bulbo. Bulbo says Jaffe Concord is out this week. I have a feeling it will do well. I don't think so. But this does look great. Eddie T, is this a physical version? I'm assuming you would know, or they've only announced the digital so far. Okay. And then Black Demon says, I'll give it a go. Yeah, I think there's a lot of people excited about this. And like I said, the previews have been really, really positive as well. Now, there was a VR game showcase. I'm pretty much over VR. I have my MetaQuest right here. It's hooked up to my Steam library, but I haven't even used it because I have to download Steam again, or not Steam, but Oculus again and whatever. But so I don't tend to do a lot of VR hype and trailer watching, but I hear there were a couple of good VR trailers. So I would like to look at a couple of them. I want to see Flat Out, which I think this will make you vomit, which might be a lot of fun. Let's see. Hey, come back. This looks like fun. This looks like fun to play in VR. I mean, can you turn left and right? Because if you can, we tried fast car games in VR, and it made us almost vomit. I don't know how this is going to work. This is like if you have an eating disorder, and I'm not making fun of people with eating disorders. It's a real fucking thing. But if you've got a fucking eating disorder, you just go eat whatever you want and play this game. You don't stick your fucking thing in. I'm not being not respectful. I've known people who have had the thing where they throw up. I'm not saying it's a joke. I'm just saying that this is going to make you throw up everywhere. But it looks like a lot of fun. There's a cockpit view. It's not shown in the trailer, says Tatum. I almost threw up flying in No Man's Sky in VR. Right. Yeah, Spasmo says a new flat-out game after how many years? I have no idea, but it's been a while. Hey, Dano Genesis, been a member for 45 months. Thank you, buddy. Thank you for that support. He says, Jaffe, is a game like Sun and Bone worth making? Turok kind of ran the concept into the ground. Sun and Bone we looked at last week. I'll put it up real quick while we're just chatting before the next trailer. But I think it looks like a blast. So I think it's absolutely worth making if your budget is good. If if your budget is not going to break the bank and it's not a lot of people making it. And so boomer shooters that are good tend to do well. And this is one that's got people have been wanting a new Turok for a long time. There's a lot of nostalgia love for the Turok N64 games. And this looks like it adds a decent amount of boomer shooter mechanics to it. So yeah, I think if your budget is low, and this does not look like a high budget game, you could probably, I don't know how big this game is or how varied, it's single player. You can probably get away with making this overseas, like somewhere like in Poland, although Poland's getting more expensive now because their quality's going up. But you can make a game like this for $1.5 million probably, especially if you're using a lot of other assets and shit. No, I think this looks like a blast. I think this is smart. Because there have been some dinosaur games as well that have been, and it's also got UFOs. Come on, UFOs and dinosaurs. Come on. But there has been a lot of people wanting Dino Crisis for a different reason. The Jurassic Park first-person action game is not coming out till 2025. I'm excited for that. And so there's a nostalgia for that as well. I think this is smart, actually. I'm quite excited for this game. So if I was running a company and we were kind of like, we make $5 million and under AA or barely AA games, yeah, I would greenlight this because it probably only cost you. Let me put it this way. I can't tell you what the game was, but there's a game that just came out recently, and they told me they made so much money off this game, and it's not some like viral sensation on Steam. It's not like the Chained Together game. It's a game that's like, it's a sequel to a game that did pretty well, but it's not a great game at all. It's fine. And they're like, dude, we made all of our money back in day one. So yeah, I would totally greenlight this. PG, thank you, buddy. He's been a member for 5 months. He says, these women won't shut up. That was Jaffe's Hellblade 2 review. I'll make it a soundbite. Absolutely. Thank you for the support, buddy. Because they wouldn't shut up. When you're walking around that goddamn game, the Hellblade 2, and all those women whispering in the fucking microphone like ASMR bullshit, and it's like, shut the fuck up. It's one of the reasons I quit the game. I couldn't handle it, PG. Eddie T says Capcom will remake anything except Dino Crisis. Listen, I hear you. And my guess is they are remaking it because they know that's being asked for constantly. So unless there's something else going on, I couldn't tell you. The Relic. I mean, we'll watch it, but I'll probably watch it and hate it because all it does is makes you all it does is make you go, you know what? It's another fucking Souls wannabe. Do I really need to see this shit? But let's give it a watch. You never know. Maybe it'll surprise us. I can't. No. I can't watch another one of these fucking games. I already know what the gameplay is. It's dodge at the right moment and, you know, go back and get your soul. I'm done. I'm done. There's already so many of this shit out there. I can't do it anymore. Fuck yeah. Carlos says I'm already bored. Me too. Bulbo says, Jaffe, what's your thought on Abby demanding extra security on the set? Well, I don't know if she demanded it. My understanding is she needs it because somebody was threatening her safety. Or it's a good PR stunt. But let's put it this way. Do you put it past a bunch of fucking weird gamers that are out there to have threatened her life because she's playing a character they didn't like in a fucking video game? So I would say it's probably warranted. She's also a great actress, by the way, if you've seen some of her work. But yeah, no, I get it. All right, here's the new Mortal Kombat with Cyrax, one of my favorites. One of my favorite Mortal Kombat characters.
Where are you?
I thought Cyrax was a robot. Not somebody in a costume.
Fighting your foe unseen, attacking from a distance. There are rules.
We have found Kuai Liang and his Shirai Ryu. They gather at the Wuxi for his wedding.
Attack his wedding. We may win the battle, but find we lose the war. No one will respect us.
Better to be feared than respected.
Oh, hell no. We are not doing the Red Wedding. What? Season 3, Episode 9.
I got to download this again. I enjoyed it. I never wanted to get good at it, but it's really fun.
Behind, my grandmaster gave me one.
You blame me for your actions?
Her moves are great. I mean, her moves feel like the old moves, which I loved. So who was the red one?
Wrong, thinking you worthy of that armor. You are my instructor and my commander. Don't confuse that with being my superior. My speed and skill are beyond you.
No, Cyrax is the yellow insector. That's right.
Finish him.
Cool. Cool. Ooh, that's cool too. All right, wait a minute. New story chapters, Combat Pack, Ghostface, T-100,000, and Conan. Oh, I'm going to get it. You know, I'm going to get it. Fuck you all. I need to go back and download that. I'm terrible at these games. I mean, that's the thing is just a question of I get it and I enjoy it. Then I go online and after about 20 minutes, I'm like, I'm never going to be able to go online and play this with anybody, but it's so fun. It's so fun. That's cool. That's fucking cool. I played Vampire Survivors. It wasn't for me. I couldn't vibe with the controls. Okay. But I missed when they were robots, but whatever. Okay. Yeah. Carlos says there's cyborgs in most of the game. That's what I remember. Simuk says, Jaffe, please check out Nobody Wants to Die. I have. I haven't finished it yet, but I played it. Got to about maybe the halfway point. I really like it. I streamed it, in fact. I should go back and stream the completion of it. It was quite good. Quite good. Fuck you, Brandon. Don't act like you were a big Cyrax fans. First off, it's singular. I think it's Cyrax and, like they said, Sector. Don't act like you were a big Cyrax fan just because they changed gender. The new Cyrax has way more personality. What? I don't even know why it's a girl. It was a robot that, presented as male. Oh, but it's an alternate universe. I gotcha. Okay. And they talked all robot-y, which I loved. It was, whatever. Okay. Okay. Let's move forward. Did you check out the Delta Force game? We checked out one of the modes last week, which looked decent. I'm trying to remember what mode it was. Was that the game that had the weird thing that you had to collect, and they kept saying it in the goddamn I don't know. The goddamn, it was looked like a gold bar, and they called it like the Boom Bobber or so. It was so stupid, but no, I hear it's a good game. Jaffe, do you think a Green Lantern game would be the most challenging AA game to make? Yeah, unless we get to a point, which we will sooner than later, with generative AI, where then you can pretty much be like Hal Jordan, or even better, Kyle, what was his name? Kyle, somebody, whatever the Kyle guy was who Ron Mars did. And then it's just like you can kind of say, I want it to be a giant elephant, and it'll make you a giant elephant. Forbidden West sold 8.4 million versus 10K. Oh, you guys are talking in the Twitter. Kyle Rayner, you're talking about something different. Sorry. Okay. What about The Hunt? Have you guys played The Hunt? Because I know it's been out forever, and they just made some big changes, and I almost picked it up today. But then I went over to Steam, and Steam was like, oh my God, the servers are terrible, blah, blah, blah. But then I hear people saying, it's not that, it's a bunch of the old school people who are review bombing it because they don't like some of the new changes, but the new changes are actually pretty good. Let's watch this trailer. It's coming out finally, I guess, for PS5. Okay, so CJ loves it. A loves it. Robab says it's really good. All right, let's watch the trailer. Let's see what this is.
We are not alone.
Thanks, Otis. So much for being quiet.
Just get the clue and let's move out.
That old Otis, he's a troublemaker, ain't he?
Got it. We are not alone. Doesn't matter. Just stick to...
You got one.
You were saying?
Gameplay, please.
Get any new holes in you?
Not that I noticed. Looky here. This one had a bulge.
No thanks. I'll stick to my uppercut.
What's the game, motherfuckers?
Okay, we're here.
Let's cook up that bird nice and proper, shall we?
After you.
I mean, it's a great trailer.
Shit.
I'd go to this movie. Horror and Westerns is the best combo. I'd see a movie like this in a heartbeat. That was the original design for Big Bird, by the way. The Children's Television Workshop was like, it's a little too dark. You're doing a little too much PCP, Jim Henson. It's like, all right.
Banish that thing. Let's get the bounty out of here.
I'll do the honors.
Well, I'm guessing everyone knows we're here now.
Yep. What next?
Now, we see who's hunting who.
Oh, it's already out on PS5 as well. Okay. So you can play this, I think they said you get like 17 hours for free, at least if you play it on, what's it called? If you play it on Steam, and it's on GeForce. So I'm going to give it a try. It sounds like, yeah, the cutscene looks like Evil West says for smoking, but it looks like, in the game, it actually looks like 7 Days to Die, which I'm enjoying that as well. But the game, though, you guys are saying, let me look at the chat, because you guys are, it's quite difficult at first, says Mr. K. It's illegal in many countries to do, oh, never mind. Shut up, RPG. It looks cool. Did you see the new Silent Hill trailer? Yeah, it came out a couple of months, like last month. The game was too stressful to play, says Robbo. You have to pay attention to too many things. To be fair, the game has been out for years. Right. You want gameplay. It's everywhere. This is going to be a high production. Yeah, well, let's look real quick at some game. Yeah, it's... I'll give it a look. It's on free days. Yeah, so you can get it on Xbox as well. Let's look at the Hunt. The Hunt gameplay, and it's the new one, right? I don't know if it's called something different, but here we go. I just want to see some gameplay. I don't want to actually watch a whole 20-minute movie. So it's like, can you play it solo, or do you have to play it? Mr. K says it's fairly tough. You have to play slowly and silently. Any loud movement, someone will pop you. It's more enjoyable if you play it with a partner. Okay. I would have loved to have get a team-based game like in the Order world, right? Oh, Bone Tomahawk, the movie I hear is great. I've not seen it yet, but okay. You can do duo or a team of 3. No solo, it's PvP. Okay, so you have to go with other people. I don't like that. Oh no, Soak says there are solo modes. So, all right, I'll give it a try. Why not? I'll give it a try. Okay, let's move forward, shall we? Let's move forward with our goddamn lives. Yeah. Let's see. What's this? No. I mean, I'm not opposed to it, but what's this? Is there any gameplay? It's a story trailer. I don't want story. Oh, what's this? The Bornless. The Bornless. This looks interesting. Let's watch this. mean, it's a cool trailer, but what the fuck is it? Why would I wishlist it? I don't care. What? Oh, I hate shit like that. I hate shit like that. I mean, I like... It's nice. It's a good trailer for, like, a piece of entertainment, but I'm not going to wishlist shit. Go fuck yourself. Look at this. Bakaro. You wish. I don't know what that means. I just said it.
This is the story of another Japan. A world different from the one you live in. Bakaro. Unlike...
Where can I get muffins and croissant? Bakaro. Yeah.
Like in your world, fairy tale heroes actually exist. This is the story of Bakaro's first adventure in that world.
Yeah. It's Bakaro. His hairstyle's weird, but not as weird as the hell he's gonna send you to. What? I don't know. I just read the script, man. All right, coolest. Good to see you, buddy. I'm a clown and I live in Japan and I am Bakaro and look at this old battalion. Hee hee. Living in a teapot. Oh, Okinawa here. Japan here. It's fun, whatever it is. Bakaro, Bakaro, coming for your daughter. He will take her into his boudoir. He is Bakaro. He is action hero who is going to marry your daughter or your son. Really doesn't matter to him. He plays both sides of the equation. Giant Robo battle. Bakaro. It does look fun, I agree. It's a giant bell, it's the Liberty Bell, but the Japanese version. That's some Yar Kung Fu music right there, baby. This looks fun. I want this. Maybe. If the reviews are good.
Bakaro.
Is this out? What? Coming September?
Coming September 3rd.
All right. Oh, there's a demo, though. Yeah, somebody in the chat said they played the demo. It was good. Okay, cool. I'm totally in. Who knew? Who knew? That's pretty cool. Made by Yoshi Woolly World. Oh, cool. Okay, the devs for that and Kirby's Epic Yarn. That's great. That's great. Okay, neat. I'm in. You guys are saying over on Twitch, the thing we watched a minute ago, that horror trailer, it says it's action horror FPS with PvP. Oh, God, stop. And you can summon demons. Okay, I'm so fucking tired of the new Rogue is co-op or async. I'm just stop. I get it. It's expensive to make games, and if you can make something work in co-op and it can be endlessly evergreen, blah blah blah. But you know what? Shut up. I want a single-player, story-based horror. Is what I want. Go fuck yourself. Yes, I told him, and now that I've told him, it will come to pass. What's this? Shadow of the Ninja, Reborn. The fuck is this bullshit? Yeah. fun. I hope it's not too hard though. This has a demo too? Oh, sweet. Fuck, I haven't turned on my Switch in ages, but I think I will tonight. That's pretty great. Skunk Ape, thank you, buddy, on behalf of all of us who made those games. He says, Twisted Metal was a big part of my childhood. Thank you. Absolutely. We enjoyed making them, and I love that you liked them. On behalf of all of us, man. Thanks, buddy. You played the demo of this. It's fun. Okay, cool. Well, that's a nice surprise. Or I'm going to get me some demos tonight. You goddamn right. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, the demo's on all consoles. Oh, that's even better. I'm turning my Switch. For both of them, for Bakaro as well as Shadow of the Ninja. Jaffe, did you see the trailer for Super Mario Party Jamboree? Yes. Yes, I'm super excited for that. 20 players online. You goddamn right, Eternal. I'm super vibing. The Bakaro demo, it says is okay. The Bakaro demo is only on Switch, but the other one is that we just watched. The Shadow one is on the goddamn cockadoodie everything. All right, what else we got? That's another. Let me guess. Oh, it's first-person sci-fi survival horror. Okay. Okay, it's a single player. All right, let's look at this. Where's the gameplay, you idiots? Who gives a shit? Fuck you and your dumb trailer. What a stupid trailer. Dumb. Oh, thank you, sir, for a whole, 20 seconds of gameplay after sitting through a minute. Fuck you. Go fuck. I hate that bullshit. Hang on 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'll send a quick text, you guys. Fuck those guys. Did you type in trailers without gameplay? No, Pub Monkey, I didn't. I just typed in the newest trailers. All right. No, I fuck that, man. Horse shit. Horse shit. Logan says the first Chernobylite was really good. That's good. That's good that this is a sequel to what was a really good game. Jaffe, that Netflix thumbnail, what anime is that? I don't know. Let me see real quick. Where? Hang on. Does it just appear? I don't know where I hate when they do that. Like you can't. I have no idea. Sorry, buddy. I have no idea. I hate when they just take it off like that. I want to see it. Venom. Okay, mainframes. This was. Oh, it's a puzzle game. I'm so fucking tired of puzzle games. No. The Occultist. Oh, hang on. I don't want to see. Oh yeah, I don't want to see cinematic trailers. Go fuck yourself. Mother Machine. I think we already watched this. This was from last week, man. Stoner Joe, everybody get a little high. You goddamn right. And I actually thought the new Craven trailer was pretty good. Truth be told. Thank you for that, Stoner Joe. Appreciate it, buddy. Let's look at this one, The Lacerator. This trailer goes out in honor of good Sir Stoner Joe. Here we go.
Introducing
Ooh, Dread XP made it. Cool. Or published it.
the man who loves sex.
This is a classic survival horror game where losing your limbs changes the path. Will you get to the end in one piece? Let's find out. Explore. Fight back. Manage your items. And the most important, beware of the Lacerator.
I'm in a heartbeat. I want that. Somebody tell me when that shit comes out. That looks great. I don't know if it's great or not. It's a great trailer. Fun trailer. That's fantastic. Okay, I want the Lacerator. Nice. Okay. We saw that. Compound. What's this? Elsie. Animated release. Is this a movie? Oh, it's okay, let's see. I like this look. Cool. I like this. I like the song too. Yeah. Every morning when Bukaki Drive-By gets up, this is what he puts on to motivate him. Like, I'm going to go out and make it happen today, folks. This is the day. This is the day that Bukaki finally gets his just rewards. Yeah. Oh, you goddamn right. All right, well, I'm in. It looks good, man. It looks fun. Did you bear Stellar Blade? It's a game you I didn't play it. I played the demo and I liked it, but I didn't like it enough to go buy it. There's too much to play. That looks fun. I'm into that. Let's see. An arcade. What? 2D multiplayer? Yeah, probably not. Crisis X. That's another survival game. I can't handle this. Give me something new, people. Blow my fucking mind with something cool and new, man. Into the Radius. What's this? Atmospheric open world survival. You can craft things. Oh. I want to play Ambulance Life. I used to think about you know, a career as a EMT guy. Because it just seems what a noble thing to be there for people at that point. But it'll fuck your brain up. A guy who produced the God of War series at Sony did EMT work for a couple years, and he told me shit, and I'm just like, I don't know. But, you know, to be that person that shows up when you're at your worst, that seems pretty, that's a good life.
This is Ambulance 152, Code 3. We're on our way to San Pelicano Hospital with a 35-year-old male patient. Please advise the emergency department of our rapid transport status. Over.
Dispatch to Ambulance 152. Received a report of a major incident, possible highway bridge collapse causing traffic accidents. Over.
found someone here. This one needs assistance right now. I'm going to defibrillate. Charging to 150 joules. Everybody, clear!
See, I get it. I get it. Somebody in the chat says, Winnipeg says, the precinct looks great. These simulator games are just janky. I get it. And I don't have a problem with the jank. I'm playing a game right now that I've put probably 7 hours into it so far, which is Tavern Manage Simulator. And it's literally you're managing a tavern in like a fantasy world. And that's all you're doing. But it's something about it. It's relaxing. It's chill. I dig it, you know. Yeah, I'm into this. The game looks like, I mean, it doesn't look good visually. But, you know, I'll give it a shot if it's, you know, not too expensive. You know what I'm saying? All right, what else we got? Alien Row. We watched that last week. Prince Green says, Jaffe, everyone's saying Alien Romulus is great. An old school horror fan, you must see it. They're saying it's at least as good as Aliens. I've heard mixed things. I've heard some people say that, and some people say that it is not great. But here's what I'll say, though. I have no intention of seeing it in the theater. Just like everything else, it comes out so quickly. On streaming, like I'm like Twisters is already out for home. Okay. It's very rare for me to get out to a theater at this point. I'm just like, it's got to be like, okay, I can't wait to see what happens in that story. But that's a pretty rare thing these days. All right, Jasper in the City of Lights. That's a terrible title. Should we watch this one? Give me something to watch, people. We're going to watch a handful more before I have to head off into the evening. Any members got anything you guys want to watch? If you're not a member, send me a super chat or I won't put it up. That's goddamn right. That's how I do it. That's how I do it now. Okay? Ace has to eat. Shh, don't tell him you already ate. Okay. Longlegs trailer. I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it. But I want to see it when it comes out. Black Demon Alien Incursion trailer. Are you a member? I don't know if you're a member or not. You got to be a member for the ending where we, you know, come on, let me at least do that. That's kind of fun, right? You have to pay money to get what you want from me. Come on, that's kind of fun, right? It's like I'm a sex worker. Come on. Let me be a sex worker. Hang on. Let me see what else. Hell Breach Vegas. Wave Base. Nope. The Borderlands movie will be out next week. Can you believe it? I know. It's nuts, man. It's nuts that that's coming out already. What is this? Is this a movie or a game? It's a movie. Vampire. We know what that is. Come on. Give me something. Give me something new. Give me something interesting. What's this? Escape the back. Oh, God, another back room. Come on, people. Get some creativity in your butthole. Gnomes and Knights. That sounds interesting. Let's watch that.
Huh?
That dude is fucked. That dude is fucked. No, I don't think I will. That's stupid. It's for idiots. Yes, I got it. Millennial. What is this bullshit? This looks like it's some kind of fucking... I'm all cranky all of a sudden. Okay. Well, there you go. Those are the trailers. Anything before we... The audio's peaking. Yeah, we got bigger problems, pal. We got bigger problems. We're out of trailers for the week. We're out of fucking trailers for the week. What's this? Phantom Spark. A high-speed futuristic racing game. All right, let's watch that. That's interesting. I haven't seen a fucking racing game trailer in a while. That's pretty. I want my MTV. Ah. Upgrade tree. Oh, okay. Okay. I'll look into it. Interesting. All right, my tiny human friends. That's it. That's but let me be clear. This week is going to be packed. Tomorrow is a proper Gabbin' and Games or I Love the Weird, depending on the news of the day. Tuesday, we will be streaming Black Myth Wukong, but of course at 11 a.m. on Tuesday, we will be streaming Keely's show from Germany, Gamescom Live. And then the rest of the week is going to be packed with new information coming out of Germany as it relates to video games. So it's going to be a big, fun week. Consider a membership here because some of the stuff will be behind paywalls. Some of it won't. If you're over on Twitch, consider a subscription with your Amazon account or not. Don't have to be with Amazon, but Amazon Prime gets you a new one, gets you a free one. Regardless, consider a subscription so you can follow us here on the goddamn YouTube and the Twitter and all that good stuff, the Discord. And like the show if you actually liked the show. If you didn't like the show, go fuck yourself. Or leave me a comment about how we can make it better. I would appreciate it. Am I going to stream Nintendo Museum Direct tomorrow? What the fuck is that? Hello, Corny Puddle. What the fuck is that? Wait, Nintendo Direct? What? Nintendo... What the fuck is... I've never heard of what you're talking about. Nintendo Museum Direct. A 10-minute... Ooh. You goddamn right. When is that? I may or may not stream it live, but I'll definitely put it on tomorrow's Gabbin' and Games or make a video about it. Awesome. Thank you for the heads up. I had no idea. All right, but that's it for now, my friends. I'm off. We're going to go watch some Umbrella Academy Season 4 or 5, whatever the fuck it is. Be safe, be well. Thank you guys for hanging out and watching the best thing in the world, which is video game trailers. I will see you guys on a future show. Enjoy what remains of your weekend and have a great week ahead. See you guys.
Ain't nothing better than coming soon, especially when you're drinking that shiny moon. Getting kinda dizzy, sleep until noon, then you wake up and you watch video game trailers.
How dare you!
Trailers. Don't you be
No
watching
offense,
these on
David
Rotten
Jaffe, but
Tomatoes.
that's bullshit.
The best place to